What is going on, guys? Welcome to Gump's Videos. My name is Kyle Gumper. Today we got a guest today, and we're going to be talking about Avengers Endgame, a trailer that I didn't think we were going to get, but we got. Introduce yourself.
Superman Nico here from New World Nerds. Let's approach the end of the line, friends.
Okay, so today we're just going to do our quick thoughts, maybe do a little theorizing, or just simple stuff, because it's only a 30-second TV spot, and I just really needed to talk about this. I was going to probably wait until the next week's podcast, but it's Avengers, and it's actually a trailer that I really loved. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. So, Nico, actually, let's talk about your thoughts first. What do you think about the trailer?
Well, like you said, it's only 30 seconds, but ooh, we're going to be punning over this until they bring trailer 2 out. Like, it's really cool. I'm just very excited anytime we get any footage from Avengers Endgame. Like when we got the trailer, like we know so little about this movie. It can literally be anything. There's so many rumors, so many different kinds of rumors about who's in this movie. Don't think we're going to get any footage outside of the first like 15 to 30 minutes of the movie. But I really did like the cool. We got to see a few characters that we haven't seen on screen together. My favorite part from the trailer was definitely the part where they're walking out, they're doing the Aubrey Road walk,
Yes.
and seeing Rocket Raccoon in that lineup, just to think, like, Rocket Raccoon is an Avenger right now. Like, they don't give
Yeah.
up whatever. Like the Avengers are there. Rocket Raccoon is an Avenger. That's awesome. Tony and Nebula are working. Awesome. It's going to be great.
Okay, so actually, guys, I did want to show you something really quick. So we're going to go cut to the trailer really quick. And now
Cut to a clip.
Okay, so right here, there. So this is one of the shots that I really loved. Now, Nico, you can't see what I'm showing, but it's a city view of New York City, I believe. I think it's New York. I'm not a fucking expert on what these cities look like, and I've been to New York. Never. I've seen it from a good far distance. But anyway, this is the first time we've seen New York look so grimy. Because when you look back at all the Marvel trailers and stuff like that, you always get the city skyline view of whatnot. And Ant-Man, Iron Man, all these other movies, they all looked pretty. This looks like utter shit. It looks like Detroit. It looks pretty ugly, I'm not going to lie. And it automatically sets the tone. It's not going to be like any other MCU movie. A lot of people say, no, that was like Infinity War. Infinity War is not like any other movie. This is definitely not going to be like any other movie, because I'm going to tell you, Infinity War had a lot of moments of humor. Oh, God, let me get rid of that. Oh, dear, where am I? And here we are. So, yeah. As I was saying, Infinity War had a lot of moments of humor and whatnot, but but based off of that one shot, it tells me there's not going to be that much humor. And the one shot I actually liked, let me cut to that really quick. I'm sorry I'm going back and forth, baby boy, but I got to.
Cut to a clip.
Where is it? Right here? Not that one. Here. This is probably the one I found the most fascinating. The one with the Statue of Liberty. That shot just shows you how deserted shit looks. And there's like no one there. There's no care, and like there's not enough in this image to tell me how long it's been. But if I had to theorize how long it's been, I'm thinking probably 6 months after Infinity War. I don't think it's gonna be a direct sequel. I don't think it ever was intended to be a direct sequel. But how long do you think this is gonna be after Infinity War?
I think that's about right. I think maybe I thought that we're gonna have a little tidbit like right after the snap, and then we're gonna jump to where they are, like when they're formulating the plan and stuff like that. Maybe Tony and Nebula about how they get off a Titan real quick and stuff like that, and how they get onto the ship. Yeah, I don't imagine it being too much deeper in like, or too much after the snapping, if you will.
The snapping, I love it.
But I really wanted to live in this world, and I definitely think the first shots of this trailer gave us that. Like with the TV shows, I really wanted to see them, like, what do regular people do when these superheroes fail and the villains prevail, and they have no idea why everyone's just vanishing, you know? I really want to know how they would react. Do they start rioting? Do they go to school the next day? Do they go to work the next day? Why would you if you could be evaporated in an instant? I just want to live in this world. And they showed City Field, which is the home of the Mets, and it's empty, just like the regular Mets stadium, because they never like that.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. But like, I definitely want to go off on your point with that. I do want to live in this world, but I feel like the first third of the movie is going to be focused on this world, what it has become, and then the second act is definitely going to be focusing on the reassembling of the Avengers, hope being sparked back, and then the third act is when Thanos comes in. Because I don't think this is going to be a Thanos-centric movie anymore. I mean, we got his movie in the first one, first one, Infinity War. So I think like, this is time to like really focus on the Avengers again, and it's pretty dope because Captain America is really stealing these trailers for me. For the first trailer with Endgame, it was
For sure.
yeah, it was when Black Widow's like, it's gonna work, Steve, and he's like, I know because I don't know if it's what I'm gonna do if it doesn't. One of the greatest lines in the MCU, in my opinion, at least. I love that line, and I'm getting chills just thinking about this. Like that shot when Captain America is like, I don't know where he's at. He's like in a like. It looks like a gymnasium or something like that, like a little
Learning annex.
yeah, somewhere like around there, and he looks pissed, and I'm like there's a like that shows you how good of an actor Chris Evans is, because in that like 1 to like 3 seconds roughly, he showed raw emotion with anger, despair, sadness, regret. I think Chris Evans has improved in his craft with Captain America. Like he has become such a A-list actor in my opinion. He's become such a great actor, and the more you do these movies, the better you get at them. And I think Chris Evans is a perfect example of that because yet again, he's selling this movie for me very well. Who's stealing the trailers for you?
I think at the end of the last one, it was Ant-Man because I like, yeah, Chris Evans' line was great and stuff like that. But I don't know why. Every time like I see Ant-Man with the rest of the team, I think it's really cool. Like in the TV spot for Civil War, when they did that Super Bowl TV spot, he was in the lineup or whatever
Yeah.
for Cap's team, and I thought it was so cool. I was like, yes, Ant-Man's gonna be there. Like, I don't know why I got excited for Ant-Man. And then I ended up getting even more excited when he in Civil War, where he was running around. He's like, I got something big, but I can't do it for long. I was like, oh fuck, is this happening? Like, is he gonna do Giant Man? I didn't see anything for Giant Man. So like seeing him at the end and seeing him next to like War Machine, seeing him next to Rhodey, that's really cool. He should be taken like he should be given respect like he is like on the same level as the other superheroes because he definitely is. He's really cool.
Yeah, one of the coolest shots was when everyone's mask is going down and Ant-Man was in that lineup.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's kind of dope. Not gonna lie.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah. The reason why I am like liking this one even more than the last trailer, because the last trailer was kind of like 2 minutes long and it was kind of just repeating the same note over and over again. Like, it was still a good trailer, but it's just like it was a little too long for what it was doing. And what it was doing was just like, hey, everyone's sad. Hey, let's remind the audience Thanos won. I'm like, I think everyone's not gonna forget that. I think no one's gonna forget that. Like let's be honest. Fucking heroes died. No one's forgetting that. We saw Spider-Man die. We saw Black Panther die. So no one's gonna forget that. But like, that's why that first trailer didn't work for me. The reason why this one did is because it's quicker paced and it's kind of just showing different imagery. It's not just showing everyone sad. Like we saw Tony and Nebula working, and I think that's gonna be like the very beginning of the movie, like towards the very beginning, like one of the first times we see any of the heroes. Like if we see Thanos first, we see Thanos first. But like I can guarantee you, if I had to put my 2 cents down, it's gonna be the first shot of the movie where it's Iron Man and Nebula trying to get off of Titan, and it's them working on the ship, and then it's them stranded like 6 months later or whatnot, like they're running out of food and whatnot. But it's a lot. Long story short, we're seeing new things without revealing too much, and it's a much quicker paced trailer. And yeah. So, what's one theory you are getting out of this trailer? Like, do you agree with me with the whole like that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna see in the in the movie, or what do you think is gonna be the first thing we see in the movie when it comes to based off this trailer?
I'm not really sure what we're gonna see. The first thing, I would definitely love to revisit Titan first before we do
Yeah,
anything else. But like you were saying that they're back at work. About the other trailer, I think that we did need that to be sad and stuff like that. You
yeah,
did
one
have
hundred
your
percent.
upbeat moment at the end, but I think that was more for the people that are like, well, we all know they're gonna come back and all that stuff. The people
Yeah,
online, and it's just like, yeah, we fucking know, but like,
yeah,
let's just like live in this world for a little bit. I think that's what it was. Like, no, we lost. It's not like we're like it's not like, oh, but we're superheroes and we know what we're gonna do is right and we're gonna work on the plan now. Like, no, they were like, don't know what the fuck to do. Like, it's like, how do we beat that guy? Like, they just had to sit in it for a little bit, and then I'm sure somebody has an idea, and they're like, okay, because like Tony gets like that in like every Iron Man movie, where it's like, oh, all hope is lost, and then he'd be like, wait a minute, I'll build something, and then he gets to work, and that's how he copes. He's a tinkerer.
yeah.
I just watched Iron Man 3 for my podcast, so like it's fresh in my brain. And so like when I saw him working, like I saw everybody doing what they do to cope. Captain America was in a group therapy session. Like
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch or Scarlet Witch,
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow was there. Yeah, she was at the shooting range. Uh, Tony and Nebula were both working on stuff. Like they were doing, like they were getting back to work. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And I think that's what this trailer was. It was like, all right, we were sad. All right, it's time to go take the fight to Thanos, or it's time to fix this. Like we have a plan, and we're gonna do it because that's what heroes do. Like Cap says, like we don't move on, you know.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I was really I really wanted to see what Rocket's role was like being. It's like, is he in the Avengers facility? What's he doing? Are they even like freaked out at all by a talking raccoon that's like as smart, if not smarter than them? Do they care about that? Does he get his own room now? Like,
I think
I'm
like
happy.
after they see a guy that wields a magical hammer and then a guy that turns into like a roid monster that's the color green, like the Jolly Green Giant, I think a talking raccoon is like not that unbelievable. Like it's like in Infinity War, it's one of the greatest moments in that movie. It's like when Captain America sees Groot and he's like, I am Groot, and he's like, I am Steve Rogers. I'm like, great. That's the most Captain America thing he could have said. Like easily one of the most Captain America things he could have said. And it's like the guy's like seen so much shit. Like where seeing an iPhone was like surprising to him, and in the first Avengers movie, like he's like, whoa, what is this technology? Like, what is this? What are you referencing? To now he's like, oh, look, a talking raccoon. Not surprised. Bring me something else, bitch. like he's not surprised about anything anymore, and it shows you kind of an evolution to his character, to the universe. Like you could throw, I don't know, if like Ego for some reason was trying to take over the Earth, whatever, and it was literally a talking planet. Like, I'm gonna eat you, Earth, and they're like, just another year, just another year on Earth. There's like another fucking weirdo coming in, tough dude. But yeah. Anything else that we missed in the trailer that we didn't really discuss? Because there's not that much in the trailer, but yet again, it's just such a well edited trailer that I just loved. We didn't get any Thanos, which I understand because this is definitely, it's trying to tell us, it's trying to set the mood that this is a Avengers movie. This is not Thanos' movie. This is their movie. I can guarantee you, this is definitely going to be more of a Captain America Iron Man movie. It's definitely going to be, I feel like it's going to be their movie. So I feel like we're going to get a lot of story arc between Cap and then Iron Man. Like what the first two Avengers movies did was it focused on everybody as a team. It focused on the team. But I feel like with the cast so big, even though it's been literally 50% cut, they're still going to focus on Captain America and Iron Man because they're the ones that literally built this universe up. Like Iron Man kind of like started everything off, and then I think everything became like the tonal shift in the MCU kind of changed when Captain America Winter Soldier came out, when it was like, wait, we could be really fucking badass and be like, we can do different genres and stuff like that. I'm not saying like all the movies beforehand weren't different genres, but it's just like how extreme you can go with this different, like, because we didn't see a spy thriller before. We didn't see like a pop culture, and that we did with Avengers, but like you get what I'm trying to say. Like We didn't see anything like Winter Soldier before, and that's why I feel like we're gonna have to really focus on those two because they're you're Batman and Superman. But I guess that's gonna be our closing thoughts. What are your closing thoughts on the trailer?
Well, like you were saying before, I think it is going to be a swan song to the original six. I think kind of I understand just because they're your heavy hitters, Captain America and Iron Man just naturally will like float to the forefront, float to the top of this whatever arc or storyline that you have. Because I definitely think that this will be their last film, if in the MCU, if not the very last, like the last one for a while. They could still have cameo roles depending how they finish this one out, who lives, who dies, and stuff like that. Closing, I was like, it was really cool. Makes me really hyped for it. But again, I still think we've only seen the very beginning of the movie. Don't know what their plan is. They haven't talked about the quantum realm or the time travel or anything like that. I'm excited to see how Scott gets back, but it seems like he shows up relatively early in the movie,
Yeah.
which is very exciting for me. The only thing that we didn't talk about was probably like Rocket looks like he landed on Octu, where Luke Skywalker was hanging out in The Last Jedi. He shows up at that cabin. I don't know what he's doing. But the thing he's wearing, it looks like the Star-Lord costume from the comics. If you've ever seen it.
I've seen some of them.
But it does look a little lighter, like maybe like a white version of that. I don't think it's their like quantum suits left. The last thing I will say though, is when they're walking down, it looks like there's enough room for one more person in that Aubrey Road lineup. If you like freeze it for a second in between like War Machine and Ant-Man, there's one person size. Like
I'm going in there.
I was like, is that Captain Marvel? I'm being crazy. I know I am, but guess what?
No, I'm zooming in.
Civil War, there's a Spider-Man sized space there in that lineup or whatever. It was like they love to edit things out.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I see it.
There's a space there.
Yeah, right.
I was like, who is it? Is there
right
one more person?
Yeah, because there's one person behind here. Oh God, that was really loud. I'm gonna have to cut that out. It's like, I accidentally hit the play button by accident. It's kind of tough. But so yeah. Well, the thing is freezing now.
Well, you'll just throw the picture up and zoom in on that part.
Yeah, right here. Right here. I see War Machine. I'm pretty sure that's War Machine. That looks like Ronan. That's obviously Rocket. That's Black Widow. I can't tell who that is. I don't know who that is, and that's obviously Captain America. But between
Thor, I think Thor's right after Captain America.
Yeah, he looks too skinny to be Thor. It's weird. But whatever, like I could definitely see the spot you're talking about, like guys, right here. I just circled around it, but I definitely see what you were talking about. You're right though. They're known to. Let me. There we go. They're known to CGI things out. Like a lot of the shit we seen in the early Infinity War trailers were CGI'd. Like the running with Captain America, Hulk, and all of them was all CGI'd. When Thanos got the gauntlet and then you saw only the time stone on there, that's all we saw. There was a lot of shit they edited out. So I'm not gonna be surprised if they edited out a person. And I think you're right. It might be Captain Marvel, which is weird though because if I'm Kevin Feige, I would say put Captain Marvel in there because it will help sell tickets for Captain Marvel. Not saying that she can't do it on her own, but like it always helps for the everyday movie-going audience. It's like, oh, she's going to be in this movie. I'll watch her movie then just to see how it connects. Because if you ask, like, I don't know, someone like my mom, if they're going to watch 2 movies in a year, they're going to most likely watch Avengers and then Lion King. Those are the 2 big movies this year, or Star Wars. It's all Disney movies, whatever. But like, so Captain Marvel is going to be left out because most movie-going audiences only see like a couple movies a year. Disney wants Captain Marvel to be successful, obviously. So how do you get Captain Marvel some more light to get that everyday movie-going audience member to cough up a little bit more change? You say, oh, you want to only watch Avengers and maybe Star Wars? Well, guess what? Captain Marvel's also in Avengers. So yeah, cough up those ticket money. You're like, dude, like it's a good way. I mean, it worked with Black Panther. Yet again, Black Panther was going to make a freaking shit ton of money anyway. It was going to, because I mean, it's Black Panther, a freaking dope ass character. But like, I think it helped that he was in Civil War, and it also helped that he was in the Infinity War trailers. I mean, that could have been just me, but whatever. I think that about covers it. What about you, Nico? You good?
I think that covers it as well. I thought of something and I forgot it, so I think that's it.
Okay. Yo, so where can they find you, Nico?
YouTube channel, where you'll find us on YouTube at New World Nerds. Find us on SoundCloud as New World Nation, because that's our podcast. Follow us on Twitter at New World Nerds. And if you want to see more of me, I'm sure I'll show up on Gump's channel a little more.
Yo, yeah, that's right, because I'm lonely over here because I have no friends. But yeah, so you can follow me at Twitter, Gumps_videos. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, Gumps Videos. If you're watching this and you're not subbed, well, sub you bot, because you know what? Asking nicely hasn't worked. So if you're not subbing, you're a fucking slut. It's as simple as that.
All right. Well,
yeah, listen, asking nicely hasn't worked before. 4 years of asking nicely, and it's not working, Nico. So sub, you bot, you whore, you slut, you bitch. Yeah, there. Bye.